And we are back yet again, Half Hour Henshin, episode 101, talking to you about the episodes we've watched for Toku this week. And
Oh man,
it's the beginning of the end. We have one more episode for Gotchard.
yeah, it's kind of wild. It's kind of wild that we're actually already here.
Yep.
Woo!
Our full, completed second writer season. We started this show with Geets. We're ending Gotchard. And then we got Gob.
Yes, I am so ready for Gabu.
Gob looks so cute.
It,
Also
it
dark.
really is.
But we'll talk
Oh.
about Gob in just a little bit. We have this, we got the Valvarad episode.
Oh man, this was a lot heavier than I expected it to be. But oh my god.
Yeah, I will say, as much as I've liked Gotchard, I feel like near the end, I feel like we're trying to cram a lot into not as much time.
It is. The only thing that feels like it's been a bit cramped is just it's just having these final forms appear now. That's the only thing that really feels cramped to me. Like storyline wise, this has been building up.
No, it's been building up, but it feels like there's still stuff we haven't done, and the final form's happening at the last second, but also getting like a whole episode to debut, like you said, feels a little cramped.
Yeah.
You know?
But the story that comes within them though, like that's just been brewing.
Yeah,
Like-
no. As I said, if I had to say one complaint is that I feel like we just haven't gotten enough stuff for characters.
Mhm.
And I feel like that just continued. I did think it was cute that we did get to see some returning human characters this episode though. Like we were talking about some people who came back and they're like, chemis can be friends. We believe in them.
Yeah, exactly. And Kajiki's one of them.
Of course, Kaijiki's one of them. Kajiki's involved. But you know what I mean? Like, it feels like I have no idea how they're going to fit, like, the ending of this show and Hotaro's dream. Like, how is that going to be one episode? Especially when it seems like fucking everyone hates chemis right now. Or at least the vast majority of people do.
Yeah. And of course, it's one of the in-universe YouTubers that's like trying to start some shit. Like
The
there's,
YouTubers do always be trying to start shit. I will say, just also, this is my one thing. I did not like that the opening did not have Twilight Majade.
Yeah.
I was like, you're introducing her with 3 episodes to spare. We probably won't get an opening next week. We might not. And so we didn't even put her in the opening. I wouldn't even mind if we saw the new Valvarad form spoiled, because I'm like, well, this is the last time he gets to be in the opening.
But yeah, this episode right after it's just intense. Like, we see Lachesis, just chat with Spanner for a bit. Giga shows up and just start some shit. Dude, Girion showing up in the empty restaurant, that was so unsettling.
It really was. Especially like, oh god. I'm gonna be honest, when his mom showed up and the lights were off and she like saw Girion, I thought we were gonna get some wild like Girion is his dad shit.
Yeah, I know.
Because we still never seen anything about his dad, and it was just one of those things like, oh, she can't see, and now she can. And like, oh no, dear customer. I'm like, okay, cool. He's not his dad. That would have been so much to deal with.
Yeah, it's and just that unsettling smile that he says, like, talking to her. It's like, oh.
Yeah.
And
Also,
after talking so much shit too, like, basically just trying to scare the shit out of Hotaro, like,
yep, his mom shows up and he's like, don't worry, your son has helped you quite a lot. And he dips. I do like that, because I think I told you, we were talking when Gigas first shows up and his body was there, and it was kind of like, oh, hey, maybe Girion's body is what he like ate to come here or whatever. It turned out that was sort of true with the other guy. But now Girion has kind of eaten them all back.
yeah, it's kind of funny.
I do like that his like dragon is El Dorado. I do like that it's like, oh, here's like a bad version of Nijigo. I will also complain about this again because again it just feels like we just do not give a shit. But like, cool, second to last episode. Are we gonna see Majade? No, I'm out of power still.
Yeah, everyone was
Oh
memeing
my
that
God.
immediately. Oh yeah, that was
Especially because she just got the power up and she just like fused with like a Tropos. It was like, this is the perfect excuse to be like, yeah, I don't run out of power anymore because now I have like double the power. I have like a whole other person. But it's like,
at the same time, like it like we are saying that it feels kind of cramped, but at the same time, like how much time has actually passed between the last episode and this one? Because like Spanner was still working on his driver, and like Lakesis was saying that I've been looking around all over for you as well too.
Yeah, I have no idea. When I say cramp, it just means we're fitting a lot of story into not a lot of episodes.
Hmm. Yeah, but I mean, like but yeah, like yeah, just addressing like I'm out of power. I think that was just because of like there really hasn't been much time between these two because like everything here like takes place in the afternoon as well
No, I
too.
know, but like, I'm gonna be clear. I've never really cared much for her. Like, I don't have power because it was just like,
Hmm.
cool. We just don't want her to do something this shot. It's
Yeah.
really lazy. And again, as a Rin like defender, and it's like I feel like she had so much potential, and I feel like they were just like, we're just not gonna let you do anything.
Hmm. Yeah, like that is like probably like one of the really bad points of Gotchard is just that yeah the secondary and the tertiary did not get much
I think even
time at all.
fucking Toku Stats did a thing on it where it was like Hotaru, and it was like all on his own, talking about how he defeated more like bad guys than a bunch of the secondaries from like this era combined
Hmm.
because he just didn't get any help as far as things go.
Yeah.
Uh Man, it is tough seeing Clotho this episode as well. You know, she
Yeah.
shows up, she's using Dread Type 2 and immediately gets like ported away. I do like that Gigas, comes for Kurigane, like I'm the only one who can teach you, I'm the only one who can like make you whole.
Hmm.
And that I do really like the like dramatic like monologue he like gives himself. It is cool seeing that, he's only seeing this as like a bad power because like Spanner is even like a double of the like, oh hey, we're using the bad guy's powers against them because not only is he using alchemy, which obviously we now know it was made by these guys, but he's even using like Gigist's own power, like the Black Flame. So he's doing it like twice over.
Hmm.
And him realizing that it can be my own power, it can be my light, and he wants to believe in the naive optimism of Hotaro. I don't think this is a bad arc. I don't think this was like bad on its own. But the only thing I was saying is that like, oh, we have the fight. He basically ends that fight being like, no, we're never gonna converge. We're never going to see eye to eye. Only for
Hmm.
like 2 episodes later, on the only episode that actually like focused on him because he was passed out all last episode, is like, hey, actually, I will use the light that he gave me. I do like the silver suit. Wish it had a
Yeah.
little bit more purple. I wish we would have gone a little harder with the accents. The fucking double sword on the back though, ooh, that looks fucking cool.
Yes. But yeah,
Uh,
like yeah, talking about the way he says it, like like at the same time, I think it's less. I mean, at the same time, I think he is saying that their paths aren't going to converge, but that's because they're never going to cross. But they are walking the same path though, so it's like they're basically just two parallel lines, one in light and one in shadow. So that also makes sense.
yeah, yeah. No, here's the thing. I like it, but it just feels like from that last episode, it feels like there should have been more conflict or more something before we
Mm,
get to this point. It feels like we just kind of skipped all that.
yeah.
We do get a sick fight. I do love seeing him like dual sword. I think it is cool. Also that he took the like Valva Rusher from Lachesis and was like, well, if you're gonna be human, then let me fight.
Hmm.
Uh, Very cute. I do love that we get to see the little Valva like logo or whatever on the driver too.
Yes.
And of course, we get like probably the best upgrade to his kick: double sword into stomach, double kick sword.
Yeah.
Uh, Fucking fantastic. That is the natural evolution of that kick, and it was cool
Hmm.
as shit. I also do just there's something cool about like Gigist being like, you've become my worthy successor. I do salute you as like the man who made alchemy. Uh, like cool vibes. Uh, Also just before this, man, when Gigist shows up and he just like fucking teleports like 5 times, that was so funny.
Hmm.
It was kind of menacing, but at the same time, it felt kind of like, oh my god, this man is like speed run walking at me.
Yeah. uh and then It's like did they really have to do this? Like this was foul. Like
This,
giving us a happy moment with the keys. It's like, oh hey, look, I caught a little dragon, and
yeah,
then
yeah.
like
Also, I do like the little design of the dragon. I do think he looks good, and it's just like
mm,
such a silly thing. Like it's like, oh, I caught him. Look at how silly he looks. Ha ha ha. Oh God,
yeah,
it just, oof. I think, man, I think it would have been even harder if like the dragon was what killed her. Because then we even go like, oh yeah, this is a fully like evil little Kemi bastard. But yeah, he dies. We get the defective doll has been disposed of. I'll let you do whatever. I've got all the philosopher's stones, and she is like, I would have wanted to fall in love Spanner, and she's obviously thinking of him. That's what I would have wanted to do as a human. And oh man, the saddest part was seeing that like, oh, Kemi's and Malcolm's like the Malcolm part, or like the guys from the dimension, like the other kings, like Gigist, when they die or when the dolls die, they disappear. But Likisis did not because
mhm.
she died human, and that's why
It's
her,
so
that's why we have a corpse. Uh,
yeah.
oh God, that is so sad. The like, oh cool, you're human now, bye. Uh, which is bad for Lakeithas, but also it makes you feel like triply bad for Clotho, who's like out of the three, the one who was fighting the hardest to try to keep them together and is the only one alive.
Hmm.
Uh,
Yeah, and of course, like her dying in Spanner's arms, and then I, it makes sense, but I still don't like it.
yeah, yeah.
But like it was really cute though, like the little
Here's a key.
imagination of them together.
Yeah, I saw really good art that was like, putting the black veil down and like lifting up like a white veil, like a wedding veil.
Hmm.
That's like a cute little parallel. It's cute. Seeing him walk away with her in her in like in his arms is like it's a good shot. It looks good. It's really sad. Uh and also just as a vibe, it's so, not only is it so sad, but it's also just like, well, this is what I okay, sorry. This is what I meant a little bit where it's like I can buy Lachesis and Spanner. They've had the chemistry since the beginning, but
Hmm.
we just like did not really focus or do anything with that, I feel like. And so now it just feels like cool. We did this really fast at the end.
I guess a little bit. I mean, that's the thing. Like pretty much everything gets at least 4 episodes in this series. Everything gets at least 4 episodes. It feels like. But
Yeah,
man,
I will say the like El Dorado driver, the Dorado driver looks pretty sick.
yeah,
Fun little thing. Man, was not expecting the statue behind him to be our good boy professor. Made into gold.
yeah. What was actually kind of crazy though is that like I thought the episode was done, but no. Apparently they paced it like that well to make it feel like it wasn't rushed. Like it's like I didn't expect. Wait. What do you mean? There's 2 minutes left in the episode?
Yep. And so we got the previews for the next episode. Everything will become gold. Give up. I'm Kamen Rider Gotchard. I'm not going to give up. That's basically, I
Mm.
feel like, as good of a preview as we're going to get to going into the final episode. Uh, I'm excited.
Oh man.
It'll be sad. I'll miss Gotchard. I'll definitely miss the suits for sure.
Oh
Uh,
yeah.
I really like a lot of the Gotchard suits. Uh, man,
But at least we are gonna be seeing some other cool suits soon, though.
the Gab suits are very, they're good to look in motion. I think that I'm excited for a lot of things when it comes to Gab. I don't feel like we got to talk about it too much because we haven't gotten that much more info, and
Hmm.
we're gonna see that soon. Very excited.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
I'll like, man. I mean, it's like I know you really like the chips on fire, but I just want to see more of the marshmallow suit because that thing is just so funny. It's just
oh
like
no,
that
yeah, I
'90s
do just
puppy
like the
drip.
shot of the
So
chip
good.
stores on fire. That is just one fun shot. I do think that's one out over the thing you sent me where he like bites into the chocolate to make it a gun. That's
Mm,
really funny.
I love that.
Speaking about kind of funny, did you? So we have the Ultraman recap this week. Did you watch this in English or in Japanese?
I watched it in JP.
Because I don't know if you know this. So in English, instead of just doing the like recap, we also had like a commentary.
Wait, what?
So in the English version, it is the Japanese subtitled version with commentary by EJ Colundis, the dude who runs apparently Ultraman Connection, which is a site just talking about Ultraman news, and Mike Dent, who is one of the voice actors.
Oh.
And so it was uh not only was it just like we were seeing the stuff from the Fujimoto skip branch in the background, but we have them talking about like the episode. I do love Chappie. Angry Eyebrows Yuppie is very funny. But they mostly talk about they make talks about all the references, especially in this episode, especially like the kaiju in the picture is apparently like an old Ultra Q reference.
Yeah.
Uh, he
Yeah,
looks
unfortunately, my Ultraman person hasn't been able got like a new job, so they haven't been able to like join the watch parties. So I haven't been able to get like the live like, hey, this is a reference to this. So yeah.
Yeah, I fucking love that he named this guy Peter and that he keeps him in the aquarium at home. That was really funny. I do love the vibe of like, oh hey, you know, the main branch at Hoshino City is pretty well staffed and everything, but actually, the branches in other places where we see like 2 kaiju attacks a year just have like 0 funding. It's like kind of depressing, but also like, yeah, that probably would be how it goes.
Yeah, and I mean, like we already only have like what 4 people working for this.
Yep. And they have like an extra, you know, they only have 3 because he doesn't our coffee
Ishida,
man does not technically Ishida does not work for them. He works with them.
Yeah.
But man, seeing the rundown plays, I loved that it turns out, you know, we have more of the bots, but also you know, he's got little angry eyebrows. He's just cute. I'm just like that was just like a cute choice to use like the same suit but just do something slightly different. So honestly, in the English version, you get a bunch of like extra like lore stuff. They talk about how like, oh, you know, this is Leordo. He looks like very classic, and they talk about a lot of things. Not much I think for really us to say other than like, yeah, it was a recap from the other for the other episodes.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I kind of like like as funny as it is that, you know, we get like 6 episodes and then a recap, 6 episodes and a recap. It is really nice because it does kind of like, you know, cut up the series into like, you know, nice chunks.
Yeah,
That's always nice to follow.
and it also just gives you some time, you know. It was really interesting hearing them talk about stuff. We got to see some of the highlights from these fights, and unfortunately, it is very sad for him that it fucking ends with him getting a call from HR being told he's being transferred up north.
Yeah.
But yeah, dog kaiju next episode.
Yup.
It seems he like inhales gas. He's very cute.
It's really funny considering that we're getting like like these kaijus like are just animals because we got the rat kaiju.
Yep. We got Spiky Dog. I do just think it's going to be fun. I want to see how he uses his powers to deal with that. And there's some sort of real. I'm excited. It seems also like we're gonna get the some more lore for Yuta. For Yuma, sorry. Because we had to see, I think that's him as a young kid drawing again. So we're gonna see like the drawing for the full moon answer, and we're finally seeing the moon armor.
Yep.
It was also talking about one of the things they talked about is that, you know, one of the big things with the sun armor is that it's like a big power armor, and so, you know, the reason he has to take it off to use the arc blasters because he gives up the ability to like fly and to use all the extra powers to use the like strength from that armor.
Yeah, makes sense.
So that's pretty cool.
But yeah, I'll keep that in mind for the next special episode to watch it in English.
Yeah, no, it was really interesting. Well, I don't know if they'll do the same thing, but you know, if you want to just hear commentary, they have it, you know.
Yeah. But
Boom
at least
yeah,
at least after Gotchard, you know, ending on a downer, we get one of the, like, this episode has everything. Like, holy crap.
I love this cast so
much.
I
Yeah.
love that it's like, hey, dude, we're gonna do fireworks. What's Mira's thing? Getting a job fucking everywhere. Guess who has a job at the fireworks festival?
Exactly. It's like honestly, Mira's whole thing, like just doing random odd jobs is the funniest thing. Especially because like, what is it? I think like episode 10 or whatever. It's like, oh wait, I need to go do this. It's like I need to leave the job for a bit. Is that okay? Just
But
runs off to transform. It's so good. Like
uh,
it's such a funny little thing. Like she's living for herself and she just does whatever.
yep. It's also really cute that Chishira only wants like a candied apple, and they tell him they'll bring him back for him.
Yeah, like and he's saying it so shyly, and of course it's Genma saying, "Oh, I can acquire whatever you need from the festival."
Yeah, I can
And
require whatever you need.
it's so funny. He's so shy about it. He tries so hard to be serious.
I mean, he is sometimes.
Hmm.
But anyway, we find out this episode that the Hashalians have only met 0.03% of their goal.
Yeah.
Uh,
Oh man.
I do love every time that fucking Yarukar talks back and they have to like shut him up. Uh, oof. But Cannonborg decided I'm going to basically wreck the whole planet. It's time for my like final gambit.
Yeah, and it's like as you called. I mean, pretty much spoilers. I mean, you pretty much called out that this is gonna be the end of Cannonborg. So
Yeah, I mean it was gonna be the end of Cannonborg in one way. I do love how they brought back Mad Rex, like for the flashbacks, and they
yes,
were like, well, Commander Mad Rex at least was doing better. They blame him because he's like, all you do is like send people out cheap tricks. You don't do anything yourself.
yeah, and yeah, just basically calling him out, and then we realized that no, he's been setting something up.
Yep, we got a big version of his staff that is basically going to forcibly take all the gasoline from the atmosphere, but is basically going to be destroying the Earth's atmosphere or something in the process. It was basically like, hey, if he uses this, we're fucked.
Yeah,
I
and,
loved. Mm-hmm.
yeah, and like no, it's great because we do get like the timer, like throughout, like just showing like kind of what they're doing and like how there is a time crunch.
Yeah, always still think it's funny just seeing this how like they just like they go out wild from like, oh, Mira's just straight up asking people, have you seen this alien? Joe
Hmm.
goes to ask the policeman who's like, okay, and he's like, yeah, he's an alien. He's a what? Taya's just buying a satellite system.
Hmm.
Everything's
Yeah.
just going. Everyone's just doing their own thing.
Yeah, and it's great though because like they all literally do their thing. Like it's like this basically is just a showcase of the entire cast, and I love it.
Yep, and they crash a satellite into it, which doesn't do much. Which, to be fair, makes sense. This thing is like a weapon, and a satellite is just like, satellites check things. They're like kind of computers. They're not necessarily like the most durable thing. They're durable enough to survive, but also they
Hmm.
have a bunch of like delicate equipment on them.
Yep.
Uh, but yeah, we get a call from the ISA higher ups that tell our girl, "Hey, we know where Cannonburg is."
Hell yeah. And it's also funny too because like when it shows up in the air, um, and you see like that crowd of people. I have never seen the Amori Hill from that angle. It's like okay. So I'm basically like obviously like just scrolling through the episode alongside with you while we're doing this, and it's like I'm just like notice like those squares. That's the Amori Hill.
Yep. Well, hey, you got to see a new facet of it. We get a nice roll call with 119 from the beginning.
Dude, this roll call was so good. I'm so glad that like it's like you could tell this is a big episode because we got a full roll call.
True. True. And unfortunately, our favorite doofuses are made to fight. They get little controllers on their heads, and they gotta go fight.
Yeah,
Uh,
I felt bad for them.
I
Like,
do feel bad. They honestly, I really like them.
yeah, we since the press conference, we have never stopped talking about how much we love the Sun Cedars.
Dude, the Sun Eaters are so fucking good. I was really sad because since he made them fight, I was scared they were gonna die this up. Like something was gonna
Yeah,
happen to them. I'm like, bro, don't kill
yeah,
them.
not them.
Uh,
I love fun enemies so much.
yeah. And I do love the vibe of like they just fucking give Sakito all their weapons. Like, go, you got this. You're the fastest among us.
Yeah,
All right, you've got yourself a cleaner.
yeah,
Uh,
that was so sick.
Oh man, it was also sick. He catches up to Cannonborg, threatens him. Cannonborg is like, actually, I have a job for you. We can take out the final boss. We can take over everything. And seeing Sagito be like, no, I like my friends. I'm going to do shit with them because I can be the fastest when I'm with them.
Yeah, exactly.
Again,
and it's so sick the way he does it because he actually is switching between the weapons as well too. Like,
yeah, I also do like the setup that Cannonborg can fucking modify himself and he gets these fucking sick sword hands.
mhm.
Uh, it is nice seeing him actually fight.
Yeah, exactly. And like it's like it slipped my mind to say it earlier as like a callback, but like him sending out the Sun Eater, it's like they're like he's doing what they accuse him of doing. He's like, you just send people out and don't do anything yourself.
Yep. He
Yeah.
sends them out and he fights and gets fucking crushed by the you know, super speed Sakito combo, finishing it with
Yes.
the 999 blaster. I do love the 119 blaster basically just goes, hey, I'm gonna one shot you the moment I do this.
Yeah,
But
and
we get
it's
a
so
fucking
funny too because like it being like a fireman's water cannon, that basically means that thing's a super soaker.
oh yeah. That thing's a water pressure destroyer though. Man. Oof.
Oh man, but yeah, and it's like it's also really funny too. Like, actually, not funny. It's actually really it's actually really cool too because right after Sagada says like they make me run faster. It actually flashes back to Mad Rex saying, "You're slow because you do things on your own."
Yep. Which is kind of interesting because Mad Rex is also on his own, but he was on his own almost like to lead people. Like it's
Yeah,
kind
yeah.
of interesting having the two different styles of generals like one after another.
Hmm.
Uh, and yep,
Yeah,
we see the
yeah,
Sand
like
Eaters defeated,
mhm,
but not dead. They lose the little
yeah.
antenna, and they're all like so happy.
Yeah, it's like cool, yeah. Not that, and of course, like every single time he's forced to. Actually, wait, no, it's great. Yeah, it's like oh no, we have to do the highway beam. It's like you do it, and then just vomits on Cannonboard to make him grow.
Yeah, especially
Like that
because
was sick.
he was basically like, come here, Yarukar. I'm going to use you to make the Sand Seeders fight for me in the big form or whatever. You know,
Hmm.
he's like, I'm gonna make this. I've installed this emergency recall option, which we did see him modifying Yarukar, and he's like, make those guys into giants, and he's like, no, fuck you, you do it, and he fucking highway beams.
Yeah, and then yeah, he gets abandoned, and obviously we get the Sand Seeders now like saying see ya, and they just run off. I love them so
I
much.
love that. I also just love contextually the fact that you guys see the Moon Buddha go like, are they just leaving?
Yeah. It's really funny because pretty much they've basically shown like saying as long as they're not like actively trying to start shit, like it's like you're not gonna be on our list essentially.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like they weren't active, like they weren't like the sensors like don't come into contact with the boonders unless they do shit like be in their robot and stuff.
Yep. Uh,
Oh man.
so we get
But
the
yeah.
big robot combinations versus oh god, I was gonna call him Mad Rex on accident, but versus Cannonborg.
Cannonborg.
And they're using all the finishers and they don't fucking work. I do like his method of fighting is big is like the modification. It's like I do a big shield and I'm just really annoying.
Yeah,
Uh
exactly. Like it's like yeah, just modifications, just oh man. Like it's actually really intense. Like there's a lot that happened here. Like I said, this episode has a lot to it.
Yep. They're hitting him with everything they got, but it's not doing enough. They upgrade into the fireman mech and they still don't do anything. They're like, fuck it. We're going all out. Bring out every fucking car we've got.
Yeah.
Uh and they combine. They fucking even use fucking Bume Diesel to like help hold on to all the fucking weapons.
Yeah, and I do love how like we have like a oh man I forgot which one. I think it's one of the wilds, and then we also have breaks like cement
Dozer.
mixer base. Yeah. Oh yeah. Just digging into the ground
Yep, because we're
to
about to
help with the recoil.
we gotta hold ourselves down. And it's like we're gonna do a finisher, we're basically just shooting every fucking car we got at you.
Yeah. It's so sick. It's like, you know, like one of the things that people think about when they think Power Rangers or Super Sentai is the big fucking cannon, and
Yep.
we got the big fucking cannon this episode.
Yeah, because I will say, that's been the one thing that the finisher, with this show didn't have any of the like weapon combinations or weapon things for like their actual weapons, since they each just have individual like swords/guns.
Mhm. Yeah.
So it was cool seeing it like, cool, here's like the big fucking cannon. It's a big mech. Uh, very excited about the fact that he got shot into space and into the satellite or into the big thing. And then we get, I've procured us the best seats in the house. I love that when they all come out to this rooftop to watch the fireworks, that you can fucking see Beam Diesel holding one of the fucking water yoja, like playing with
Yeah.
it.
Exactly. And then, we get a cute little ending to the episode. Cannonborg's gone, and we get to actually enjoy the fireworks now. And
We
it's
get like the Boom Boonja shaped fireworks, but we also get a little bit of doubt. How do you suppose the ISA upper brass knew where to find Cannonborg? Something's up with the upper branches of the ISA. And we'll gotta have to deal with that later, though. Let's just enjoy ourselves. I love how she like drops that and like, and let's enjoy ourselves. Boomy.
Yeah.
Also, thought it was really funny that we fucking start the fucking dance this episode with like the close up of Sagito, and then we just go boop, get this guy out of the way.
Yeah.
It is funny just seeing him edited in random ass places.
Yeah, they really are just putting him anywhere.
Yep. Preview for next episode. Looks like we got a new man to deal with. We got the fucking director of the ISA, I assume. And we got what looks like our new commander.
Yeah. Do I want to wait for next week, or do I want to actually like look up do I actually want to look up his name? Because
I don't know his name. He's got a snake. He's got like a little cobra. He's got like a skull for a head. He looks pretty sick. Also, we see a lot of splashing water in like toilets, and they talk about him being back. So I'm like, is Toilet Auto Monster back?
Yeah, no, like, yeah, they actually just said, yeah, he's back or something.
Which is I'm wondering how they're going to like write that. What's going to be the deal with that? There's also like a really sad shot of what looks like the Sand Eaters in like the sewers or something, just like on the ground, followed immediately by what looks like a shot of Joe trying to like get a police report from a dog. And I'm just like, what's going on with that?
Yeah. Okay. I know the name of the new one.
All right. Also, I hadn't noticed until because I'm like scrubbing through it now. But at one point, the ISA lady pulls out like the Boom Chan toy, like she pulls out the Boom Boonja robot, like the toy. Which I guess makes sense that she would have that. The Sand Eaters seem to be living in an abandoned warehouse again. I don't know. We're gonna see something interesting next week. That's for sure.
Yep. Also, if there's one thing I'm also kind of like, just always giggling about is the fact that, man, they really are just playing up the fact that Sakito will just keep eating anything.
He really will. I mean, hey, why not?
Yeah.
But with that, okay. we're a little over on time, so we will see you guys next week. As always, thanks for listening. Later.
Yep, later.
This program is brought to you by
our unending love of tokusatsu.
If you enjoyed the show, please be sure to like and subscribe.
And hit the bell for notifications. And if you would like to support us further, consider becoming a patron at our Patreon, Half Hour Henshin.
You can get some exclusive benefits, such as your name in the credits and joining our sticker club. Or, if you want to help with a one-time donation,
you can also find us at Ko-fi at Half Hour Henshin. You can email us with any questions or theories at halfhourhenshin@gmail.com or on Twitter at halfhourhenshin.